every time I watch it, like I'm clenching my hands.
And
yeah,
butt cheeks.
the music is perfect to that.
It's one of the most eerie beginnings to a movie of all time. I have a ghost story that I still really cannot explain to this day. That is fucked. Best opening to a horror movie of all time.
28 weeks later.
I was going to say 28 Weeks Later or Nightmare on Elm Street Dream Warriors.
I can agree with that.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say Terrifier 3 is a close.
Ooh, yeah.
A close 3.
That'd be my top 3 right there.
Absolutely. I can't think of anything better.
No. That's not to say there aren't some other good openings, but man...
These are just the top 3 off, like, just shooting them out there that quick.
I mean...
Oh, like we talked about the other day, High Tension, where he's getting head in the van and he just picks the head up and drops it out the window.
Yeah. Here's the thing that's special about the opening of Terrifier 3. Well, there's a couple things, but I won't go on too long about it. A lot of times when movies jump right into the craziness right away, it ruins it because there's no build-up.
Right.
There was build-up in Terrifier 3. It was short-lived, but the build-up was so family, Christmas, so fa-la-la-la-la, that the immediate turn for chaos seemed so intense. It like just psychologically just messed with your head. And then the fact that he kills kids and the fact that you didn't actually see him kill the kid in the bedroom, but you could hear it. Just hearing the chops and watching the little girl jump with every chop, that is fucked. And then with Dream Warriors, it's just, number one, a big part of that is nostalgia. The music, the scenery, creating the house, like the whole, it almost feels like I was born to that. Like,
right.
You know?
Coming out the womb, kicking, screaming.
But it was also done very well because it's one of the, I think, one of the most eerie beginnings to a movie of all time.
Yeah. 28 Weeks Later is just, every time I watch it, like I'm clenching my hands.
And
yeah, the music is perfect to that.
Music's perfect.
And they're like happy in the building and like everything's going well and all
Everything
that.
falls apart.
Somebody starts beating on the door and they let the person in, and then all of a sudden chaos just incurs.
The icing on the cake to that was like the way he like chose to bail on his wife.
Yeah.
Like the single decision of to sit there and say, all right, sorry, I love you, but I gotta go. Like to choose yourself over your wife on top of all the suspense that was happening. It was psychological, it was suspenseful, it was intense, and it got your attention right away. Like if you were on your phone, you weren't anymore.
Which horror character and Final Girl would make the best?
This is
and there's a second part.
Not right at all.
And what genre would it be?
Okay, before I answer this question, I want to clarify we're speaking specifically about the characters and not the actors.
Characters, yes.
Gosh, that's a thinker, dude.
I think I know half of yours.
Does it have to be heterosexual?
No, that's what I said. Genre. You can name the genre first.
Okay. You want to know what my first thought was?
What? What?
Chucky and Leprechaun.
Get the fuck out of here.
Little people. I mean, they got to eat too, right? I mean, other than that, I feel like that's why I said 2 slashers, because every time I think of the Final Girl and the slasher, I have like a Final Girl in a sense. It's not exactly a scary movie. It's more like a thriller type movie. I Spit on Your Grave. Okay.
That girl that goes through all that shit.
Yeah.
But I want to pair her up with somebody, but I can't think of somebody interesting enough to pair her up with.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Because she would like try to take them out.
Oh, yeah. She would aggressively take them out.
Yes.
Do slashers use the restroom? We know Art does. We've seen him pee.
Yeah.
But like, isn't it weird to think about like Michael Myers, hang on a minute, I gotta poop. Give me a second, I'll be right back.
Right? He's got to get out of all that.
He's reading the Haddonfield Times, just sitting on the toilet. Someone knocks on the door. Yeah. He can't say I'm in here.
I mean, that's true.
I never thought of that.
He probably puts a do not disturb sign on the door.
Writes it in blood.
Mm-hmm.
Do you believe in ghosts at all? And if so, what percentage?
I don't believe in them.
Okay, so 100% don't believe in them.
Correct.
Okay. What is your most memorable ghost story or experience that happened when you were younger?
When you and I first stayed in the house on Prospect Street, when my dad was there and we were all watching TV in the living room, and we were just chilling there and there's nothing else in the house because we hadn't moved in yet. One of us was like sitting on the floor. We were both on the floor watching TV, or because we had that round couch. That was like the only thing that was in the house. We were just watching something on TV and it was like the middle of the night. All of a sudden it just sounded like somebody dropped a bowling ball in the ceiling above us.
The loud noise, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was just like a big thump, like a thump thump.
And then we went to inspect.
We went upstairs and there was a ladder and a paint tray with a paint roller in it. Nothing else.
I remember
anywhere.
That. Nothing, yeah.
Nothing at all.
We never found what made the noise.
Yeah, there couldn't have been anything.
Didn't something else happen that night too? Like, didn't we see something in a TV or a reflection?
No, you're talking about the Ouija board in my bedroom when the other side of that poster grew a third eye.
Okay, so with that being said, if you don't believe in ghosts anymore, explain it.
There has to be an explanation. Just because we didn't see anything doesn't mean
something didn't fall in another room or in the attic.
Right, but there wasn't anything in the other rooms because there was nothing upstairs.
Okay, so then what happened?
Maybe something fell off a tree.
And made a noise in the house?
Maybe it sounded like it was in the house.
Okay.
I don't know.
No, that makes sense.
It could. I have no idea.
That's where I'm at with a lot of things too. Is like,
and how many times, like a ghost, you can throw this pen through it, you can walk through it. Is it really going to drop bowling balls on my ceiling, or is it going to fall over and make a noise like that?
I think the fact that we want to believe those things when they happen has a big part in why we believe them. When you're a kid, it's fun to believe that must have been a ghost.
Right.
When you're a kid, you don't look for a logical explanation. You're hanging out with your friends at a sleepover, you're watching scary movies, you're telling scary stories, and the next thing you know, you're hyper listening. And so you hear a fucking mouse fart and you think Satan's in the bedroom. You know what I mean? Like, that's just how it works. Now, I have a ghost story that I still really cannot explain to this day. I don't even remember how old I was. We lived out in the country. My grandpa, my mom's dad, had just passed away. I had a necklace, like an arrowhead necklace that was given to me that was his. And I lost it at school. And I was really like self-conscious about it, like felt really guilty. And that night I came home and I fell asleep in my little twin-sized bed. And I started having a dream. And for those that don't know, I have very detailed dreams. I remember everything, sense, touch, everything. So I was having this dream where my grandpa was approaching me and reaching out for me. And in my dream, I'm like terrified because like it feels so real that in my mind, this is really happening. So I'm pulling away. Yeah, I miss my grandpa, but you're a ghost, bro. Back up. You know what I mean? I don't know how this works. And he reaches out to grab my hand and I pull my hand back in my dream. Well, at that very moment, I wake up out of my dream physically pulling my hand up because it was dangling off the side of the bed. So I'm like, kind of like this, right? Well, as I did that, I still felt like, I'm not dreaming, but I felt like a presence, like somebody was behind me. So I turn around and there is my grandpa, just as you're sitting, and I'm shitting my pants at this point. So I hop off the bed to run out of the room. That's all I can think to do. As I jump up, I noticed one of my posters fell off the wall while I was sleeping, a Bone Thugs and Harmony poster. So as I run over top the poster and I rip it, and I run downstairs. And I immediately go to the living room because in my mind, it's safest place. Turn the light on, go to the living room. I run in the living room, I switch the light on, and there's my grandpa sitting on the side of the couch that he would normally sit on at his own house. So, fuck this, turn the light back off. I run into my brother's bedroom, my little brother, and I crawled in bed with him and I fell asleep with him because I was terrified. Now,
I remember when this incident happened because you left the bone poster on the floor forever.
Yeah, so, and that's the thing, the story has never changed. It's always the exact same. So I fall asleep in my brother's room. When I wake up the next day, you know how sometimes you wake up and you're like foggy, like, did that happen? Like, was I dreaming the whole time? I'm like, well, I'm in my brother's bed, so I obviously got scared and came down here. So in my mind, the only way to verify if what happened really happened is if I go upstairs and there's a poster on my floor with a rip in it. Yes, there was a fucking poster on the floor with a rip in it, and I didn't touch that poster for a while because I was terrified. I can't explain that. I don't know if it was like half dream, half not. Maybe I didn't see what I seen. I was still out of it and thought I seen. You know, when you wake up, your eyes are blurry.
If that would have happened to me, I could justify it now. In my opinion, like, I would think that maybe I woke up, I wasn't like fully awake, and I just went to my brother's room and then fell asleep and
ripped the poster on the way there.
ripped the poster. And then when I fell asleep, like, I started dreaming about that, and it was very, very strong and vivid, and kind of like when you're dreaming and someone like slaps your arm and in your dream
something happens to your arm.
Yes.
Yep.
Just like that.
Do you ever have dreams where, like, I have these frequently where there's like a snake biting my hand or something, or my finger or my arm, and when I wake up, it's because I'm sleeping on it weird and I fell asleep.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can still have a logical explanation for it. I think it was just the impact on me and how much it stuck with me for years. It's hard for me to describe.
Right, and you're young, and it's hard for your mind to wrap itself around that.
To understand. Any ghost story, if you start pulling it apart logically, has an explanation. Like, one thing people don't like to hear, and I hate crushing people's dreams, but I studied photography, and I did photography for a few years, and I deep dove into it, and I had to learn the technicals, the inside and outs. And whenever I hear somebody or have somebody show me a picture, and they say, look at all these orbs, I know how those are created. It's, you know, you have reflections off of the lens, or you have dust particles, things of that nature create them, but it's always a ghost to somebody.